Good afternoon everyone, how are we? How are we today? I hope you're all well. And as I said in my last video, in the Blu-ray collection video, we're here with the what have I been watching this month. So I've got a stack of Blu-rays and 4Ks here. Also got some cinema titles that I've seen because the cinemas are back open again, so I've seen some of that in here. Some TV shows as well. And yeah, let's just get onto it. Hopefully you enjoy this video. So first off, I'm going to start with my 4Ks. I've watched 3 4Ks this month from my collection. First off, I bought this ages ago. I got it for Christmas actually, and I finally sat down and watched it because I wanted to watch the sequel as well because I was working through my Arabic catalogue. But I watched the original Psycho. This is the 4K steelbook. Lovely cover there with the knife and the back there. Absolutely love this. This movie is phenomenal. It's fantastic. It's a classic. It's honestly a classic. I hadn't watched this since middle school, but now I'd rewatched it. Oh, it's a classic. There's no way. The music, the pacing, cinematography, acting, editing, everything. Fantastic. Phenomenal performance. Oh, just everything about this is fantastic. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I was not bored throughout the entire film. I liked, obviously you got the first 50 minutes, and then you obviously have the iconic scene, and then it switches, and then, yeah, fantastic film. Really enjoyed this, and the 4K looked absolutely fantastic. Definitely going to consider getting the 4K box set with like the birds and stuff like that because I really enjoyed that. Next I watched on 4K, I watched the 1998 Godzilla, the one that no one likes. I really watched this because I just fancied watching something fun. This is a childhood film of mine, I really liked it. The 4K didn't look too good in some places, but overall it was quite, it looked alright. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Zilla as a creature is fantastic. I really like this film. The set piece, like the actual monster fight, like with the army, is great. I actually think it's really good. It's more like a Jurassic Park / Beast from 20,000 Fathoms crossover than it is a Godzilla film. I do like the different variation of the Roar, which obviously has the original version of it in there. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I really love this film. Like I said, childhood favourite of mine, and obviously I got this quite cheap on 4K, but I'm glad that I actually sat down and rewatched this because, yeah, it was really fun and I really enjoyed it. Next, I sat and watched, this was a new pickup for the month, as you know. I watched this on DVD and on 4K, and that is the original Saw. I saw this was getting a re-release on 4K, and I wanted to pick it up, so I did. Like I said, fantastic. I really enjoyed watching this again on DVD and on 4K, because I hadn't watched it for a few years. Actually, for about 2 years, I hadn't watched this. But yeah, really good film. One of my favourite franchises of all time. Absolutely adore this film. 4K was pretty good as well. Like I said, everything, the acting, the score, it was all fantastic. I really enjoyed this, but yeah, great film. Next week, I'm going to go into what I want at the cinema, because obviously that was out. I went and saw Spiral, the new Saw film that was written by Chris Rock. I think it might have been directed by him. I'm not too sure if it was directed by someone else. But yeah, saw Spiral. I'm a bit on the fence about it. I did really enjoy it. I did like the plot. I did like what it was going for. I don't know if it really suited a Saw film. Personally, I don't really know. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate the new, obviously they've replaced like the Tobin Bell Billy the puppet voice, and they've got they're a new voice, and it's probably the shittest decision that was ever made, the shittest decision made for that film, for sure. I hate the voice, it's not threatening, it's shit. Like, I just can't lie to you, it's really bad. But overall, that's just a small bit of the film. Overall, the film itself, I did quite enjoy it. Chris Rock, I didn't know, I didn't know how I felt. I did find him really good in some bits, and then I found him really, like, not, you know, like, it was, like, it's Chris Rock, it's really hard to, like, because I know him from so much comedy stuff, I found it really hard to take him seriously. And it also felt very weird having Samuel L. Jackson in a Saw movie. I don't know why, just, like, he's so big as an actor that, yeah, I don't know. I still did enjoy it, I think it's very fun. I definitely want to get a rewatch. I'll end up getting it on 4K as well, because it'll come out on 4K. But yeah, overall it was pretty fun. Give it about a 3 out of 5, I would say. I also went to IMAX as well for the first time in quite a while. My friend treated me because he wanted to do this for my birthday, and we actually went and saw Godzilla vs. Kong in IMAX. This is like the 5th time I've seen it now. It was nice to see it on the big screen as well. It looked stunning on IMAX. It was so good. All the fights were just brilliant. Like, just so much fun. I really enjoyed watching it in the cinema. I was absolutely gorgeous. Like, I can't not top it. It was just so much fun. I must say though, for IMAX, I forgot how loud it was. Like, I actually forgot. It was so loud at some points. Like, it was kind of overbearingly loud, but it didn't really take away from the whole film as itself, because it looked, like I said, it looked absolutely stunning. And yeah, it was really nice to actually go see a film in IMAX. And also in the cinema, I saw the new Cruella film. I actually really enjoyed it. A lot of people are bashing it online, but I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. And compared to all the other Disney films we've been getting recently, like live action ones like Lion King and Jungle Book and stuff like that, I'm glad that it took the risk to try something a bit different. You know, like, it was nice to focus on Cruella as a character, and then, like, it was obviously not the same as like the original cartoons or the original live action Dalmatian films, but it was still very fun. It was very enjoyable. I really liked it. Good cinematography, good acting. There was some great music choices. The whole set design and stuff like that was really good. I thought it was good. It was very funny in places. There was a few bits that were very cliche, but that's also what you get with a Disney film in it, to be fair. So overall, I did really enjoy it. I actually enjoyed it more than Spiral, which I never thought I'd say, because I'm a massive Saw fan. So that might change when I get them both on 4K. So who knows? Also, quickly, cutting this in the video, this is the next day, because last night I ended up watching The Conjuring 3, so I'm going to throw this in here. What did I think of The Conjuring 3? Not a fan, I'm not going to lie to you. I was a big fan of the first one, a much bigger fan of the second one, and then this one, nah, it's really bad, I'm not going to lie to you. I feel it was just shot very meh. There's some nice homages in there, like when the priest at the beginning got out and was looking at the house, it reminded me quite a lot of The Exorcist. And then it made me just want to watch The Exorcist. So, the people who play Lauren and Edward Lorraine and Edward Warren, I really like those two. Obviously, I don't know their names, but I really like those two. They pretty much carry this film, like they carry most of the films they're in together. They have a really good on-screen working relationship. The story was a bit meh. No, I was just like, I think Movie Worm said it quite well in his review, that I thought they were going to focus more on like a courtroom drama, or those elements would be much better, but there really wasn't that much court stuff in it. Funny enough, one of my favourite bits of the whole film was the credits, because of the way it was put together. I really liked that. Cinematography was a bit boring. I'm not saying it's shot badly, it's just a bit, nothing really too creative. I feel like these films are getting very comfy in the way they do things. It's like sort of like any long-running franchise in it, like Paranormal Activity, or like even say Saw, for example. They just get comfy in what they're doing, and they don't really try and push anything amazing. And yeah, they're just, I feel like I'm kind of done with the Conjuring films in this universe. I'm not really a big fan of it anymore. I thought the Nun was a pretty big nail in the coffin, and this one's the final blow in it, in my opinion. It wasn't really that good, if I'm honest. So yeah, unfortunately, Conjuring is, out of all the 4 films I saw in the cinema, it was the weakest film that I saw. But yeah. Also, quickly, I forgot to leave out that I watched the Demon Slayer movie as well. Mungo Train or something, Mungo Train. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah, I don't really watch anime like that, but my housemates were watching it, so I decided to go with. And yeah, it was actually really good. It was a really good film. The animation was really well done. It was really smoothly animated. There were some really deep emotional beats in there. I think it was a really well put together film. The animation on the action, the fight scenes were fantastic. I think it was done really well. It's one of those top tier, crisp animes and films, and I would really like. I'm gonna go back and watch the whole season of Demon Slayer 1 before season 2 of Demon Slayer comes out, so I can really engross myself more. I know some people will probably say it's a bit stupid to watch the film, but oh well, I'm not really too bothered about it. It was really interesting, and it makes me want to go back and watch it. But yeah, those are the two extras that I missed out yesterday: Conjuring 3, no, and the Demon Slayer movie. I actually highly recommend it. I'm not gonna lie, it was actually pretty good, and I don't even like anime like that. So yeah, those are 2 extra ones. Back with the rest of the video. Next, I'm going to go into the Arrow video titles. If you saw on Lauren's channel, hello Lauren, that she got a subscriber mail from me, you will have known what this is, and we actually sat and watched them all together. This is my second time running through the whole series, and the second time that I've watched this full box set as a like continuation, but I've obviously watched these films before, and that is the Gamera Showa era. I absolutely adore these films, like I said, but that box set, absolutely love that box set. I'm not going to go too much into detail about all these films because I'm actually planning on doing a huge ranking of the Gamera franchise, because I really just sat watching these. I really wanted to do it, but yeah, I'm really glad that me and Lauren got to sit down and watch these together because there was so much fun. It was really nice to sit and watch the Showa era again also with someone else as well, just so I can get a different perspective on it. I'm still going to say my favourite in this one is Gamera vs Baragon, which people are probably going to be like, what? Because there's obviously much more fun ones in this, but I actually quite like Gamera vs Baragon. For other personal favourites being like Gamera vs Giron, Gamera vs Jiger. But yeah, very fun box set. It was really fun to sit down and watch these with Lauren. I'm glad Lauren really enjoyed watching these, and I'm really glad that we got to watch these. So I'm really very thankful for that. And like I said, I couldn't stop looking at the box set in the camera. I actually prefer the other box set, but I prefer the art on this one. Speaking of the other box set, I couldn't not finish it because I was actually working through the Heisei trilogy with my friend from uni. So yeah, here's the other box set. We ended up watching Attack of Legion and Revenge of Iris together. I've watched, but then I also watched the whole 4 all the way through. So I've watched Gamera, the Guardian of the Universe. I've watched Attack of Legion twice this month. I've watched, and then Revenge of Iris, and then Gamera the Brave. Really love this box set. It was so much fun. I'm really glad that I got to sit down and show one of my best friends the Heisei trilogy, because I absolutely adore the Heisei trilogy. It's one of the best kaiju series of films ever. It was so much fun, and yeah, absolutely adore this box set too. But it's been so much fun to really sit and watch the Gamera franchise, because I absolutely adore the Gamera franchise, if you cannot tell on this channel. But yeah, those are all the Gamera films. Yeah, had a lot of fun rewatching them. A lot of more appreciation for some films, like some actual films went up more in my estimation of what I enjoyed them, and some of them have stayed the exact same, and some of them have gone down even more. But yeah, that was the Gamera franchise. Moving on with the rest, we've got a stack of Amore cases here. First I watched 12 Monkeys. This was a really good sci-fi film with Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt in it. It's nice to see both of them actually kind of act, because a lot of films nowadays you see those two and they're just kind of playing themselves, really. I feel like that anyway. This is the guy that did The Fisher King. This was really good. I really liked the time travel elements to it, and I like how you play into Bruce Willis's psyche. Is it real? Is it not real? It's really good. Madeleine Stowe, I think that's her name. But yeah, she was really good in this as well. I think everyone was really good. The set design as well, the feel of this was really good, and that ending as well. Oh, it was really good, and just the whole full circle sort of premise to some of the elements in this film was really good. But yeah, if you want to get 12 Monkeys, I would recommend getting 12 Monkeys because it was really, really good. It was so much fun. Next, I watched Battle Royale. I watched this version because I took it to my mates, because I decided to take some films over there and we were going to watch it. Yeah, and I wanted to show them Battle Royale. Watching this again, absolutely love this film. The director's cut is fantastic. This whole premise is so good. The score, the acting, just the emotional threat, just all of it about this. The action are so good. Can't not recommend Battle Royale highly enough. One of my favourite Arrow videos of all time. I'm so glad that I actually finally got down to sit and watch this film. I've sat and watched this film like about 4 times this year already. But yeah, Battle Royale, absolutely fantastic movie. One of my favourite, actually probably one of my favourite films of all time. I'm not going to lie now, it's so good. Next, I watched Horror Express. I got this for Christmas, the same with Battle Royale, and actually 4 of the releases, actually 5 of the releases here I got at Christmas. Psycho, Battle Royale, Horror Express, and 2 more. But yeah, this was really good. This was literally just The Thing on a train, but this was acted so well. The music was so good. The premise, I really enjoyed this. Yeah, it's just The Thing on the train, but at the same time, I think this is just really good. I love Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, all the supporting actor, whatever's the creature that's turning their eyes white. Oh, it's fantastic. This film was so much fun. I've really enjoyed it. I don't want to give too much away of this film because it was just really, it's like The Thing basically, but on a train, but it's really well acted. Basically, a creature just comes down to Earth and starts replicating basically, and yeah, it was really good. I highly recommend Horror Express. Fantastic, a classic horror movie. Next, this is actually the last film that I've watched this month. I literally watched this just before recording this, and like I said, I watched the original because I really wanted to watch the sequel, and that is Psycho 2. Set 22 years after the original. It's fantastic. I'm glad Anthony Perkins is back in this as well. Dean Cundy did the cinematography of this film. I actually really like this. And this was also directed by the guy who did that Road Games film that's on Indicator, if you've ever seen that. But yeah, this was really good. It was actually a really good follow-up, great sequel to the original. Obviously, it's not the same as the original, but it's nice to see this from like Norman Bates' perspective. I thought it was really good, and it really kept you guessing throughout the whole film as well. I really like this. I really like that about this. I also must say I really like seeing the original set of the house and the motel in colour. I really like that. Like seeing it in black and white and then seeing it in the difference in this colour version is actually really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed Psycho 2. It's probably one of the best horror sequels I've ever seen. Also, I'm going to mention that this is one of only 3 Arrow videos that I have the actual reversible artwork on. Like I know I have Pitch Black and I have this and the El Deuce tapes. But yeah, that is Psycho 2. Fantastic sequel. Highly recommend it. Next, I have a George Romero film here. It's not one of his zombie films, but it is Season of the Witch. Also, I'm going to say before I start, this cover here kind of looks like Amy Adams in a way, from just a little bit. Kind of has her likeness. But yeah, this is about a witch coven, sort of. Like, it's a bit of a weird film. I'm not going to lie, at some points I didn't really know what's going on. It just kept jumping from bit to bit. But yeah, it follows a woman who kind of has it all, and then she kind of just starts messing around with the idea of being a witch coven because there's a certain person that she doesn't really like. It's a bit of a weird one. I'd say that I prefer the crazies to this. This has been quite forgettable, I'm not going to lie. But there's some great special features on this, I must say. I'm definitely going to give it a rewatch. I'm going to give the alternative extended version a watch because I don't really know. Some of the editing in this film was a bit all over the place. Like that opening scene was just a bit. I don't really know. But yeah, Season of the Witch, it was average. Nothing too spectacular. And finally, the last Arrow video that I watched is a comedy that I also picked up this month. And that's Will Ferrard and I. Paul McGann, Richard E. Grant. A great comedy. This was really good. I just realised True Romance is in there. That's coming to 4K, isn't it? But yeah, this was actually really good. This is probably one of my favourite Arrow videos that I've watched. It was just really funny. Oh no, sorry, 4. This is this is the other one because this is the this isn't the original. This is the reversible artwork for this as well. So 4 films. I do apologise. But yeah, 2 actors down in their lock basically go on holiday to the Peak District, and it's just them mucking around really, and then trying to survive, like try and get through. It's really funny. There's some great just old dialogue to it. It's definitely, I can see why this is a cult classic comedy. But yeah, this was really good. Really liked it. It looked pretty good as well. If you can find this for cheap, I would highly recommend picking up Will Ferrard and I. I said more about this in the pickup video, didn't I? But yeah, this was really fun. I really enjoyed it. But like I said, those are all the Arrow videos I've watched this month. I had a lot of fun watching them. My least favourite probably Season of the Witch. That's a lie, actually. Gamera vs. Zegra was probably my least favourite watch. I'm not going to lie. Then Season of the Witch, I would say. But yeah, a lot of good Arrow videos in there. Yeah, I can't wait to actually sit down and watch more, to be fair, out of my collection. Very good. Going to mention the TV shows that I've watched now. Me and my housemate, we sat and watched all of Luther, series 1 to 5, right here. So series 1 was really good. It's the only season that's actually 6 episodes. The rest are 4, and series 4 is 2 episodes. But yeah, really good. Really love series 1. I really like the fact that the first 4 episodes are individual stories, and then the final was a 2-parter. Whereas, for example, series 2, which is actually probably my personal favourite series, was it's 4 episodes, but they're two parts. So like, they'll usually do a case, like a crime is being investigated in 1 2-parter, but there's an overarching story that leads through basically all 4 of the stories. But yeah, Really like this. Idris Elba is fantastic in this. There's some great ones. He's also, for if you know, if you're any of my American viewers that don't know who Idris Elba is, he's from The Wire. But yeah, really good. The ending of series 1's fantastic. Oh, the series 2 with the role-playing game guy, fantastic. Spring Hill Jack as well. But yeah, series 1 to 2 is absolutely fantastic. Series 3, really like series 3. There's some really creepy imagery throughout all of these films. This show is really good. There's something really dark happens in the last 2 episodes of series 3. Yeah, really like series 3. Series 4, like I said, is only a 2-parter, but this is it's a very gruesome 2-parter. I will admit, just it's so good. I'm not trying to spoil too much because some people I know that I talked to watch the channel have been thinking about watching Luther, and I don't really want to go into it too much. But yeah, honestly, series 4 was really good actually. Better than I actually remember watching it. And then finally, series 5. I didn't actually finish watching this back in the day. I remember binge watching the first 4 series, getting ready for series 5. I only watched half of the first episode and I never went back. That was 2019. So now it's good to sit back and actually finish watching this. I think this is going to be. I think this is actually the last season of Luther, which is really good. I literally finished watching it yesterday. Absolutely fantastic show, and I can't believe it's over. To be honest, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend watching Luther if you love your British crime shows or just crime shows in general. It's really, really good. There's some fantastic actors. I also watched all of Invincible as well. That was a really good TV show. Really good animation. J.J. Simmons was great as Omni-Man. Like it was just so good. Yeah, I was a really good comic book show about really good animation as well. It was really good anime. It gave you that Saturday morning cartoon feel to it. There's really dark moments in it. I highly recommend watching Invincible because it was a lot of fun. Also, sorry if you can hear music in the background. Housemates are in the living room. But next is a box set. That was all the TV shows that I watched this month. This is a box set that I... Sorry, the lighting's a bit mad right now. Next is a box set that I picked up last month, and I finally sat and watched all the films, and that is the Bong Joon-ho box set. I've watched every single film in here, so you've got 6 films. You've got 2 editions, so you've got 6 films, 7 discs. You've got 2 editions of Parasite in here. So I watched Barking Dogs Never Bite, which is a comedy film, like comedy / drama / sort of thing. It was quite funny in places. It was also quite dark in some places. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a few dog deaths in this. They're not graphic, but at the same time, they're in there. So take that as you will. It's still very good. There's still some very funny moments in it. It's my least favourite of this set, but I still really enjoyed it. It's still put together very well. There's still a lot of good tense moments in it. That's something I realised when I was watching this box set, is Bong Joon-ho does tension very well. It's something about his style that I really like. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. Just had to close the curtain because it's getting a bit too much. And then I watched Memories of Murder, which is, since I watched Parasite, it was one of the films that I really wanted to see in this set. So I'm glad that I've been able to sit and watch it. Obviously, like I said, this edition of it is still up for competition. But yeah, Memories of Murder was fantastic. Yeah, it was gripping. It was shot so beautifully. I absolutely adore Memories for Murder. It was so good. The score, just the acting was fantastic. It was absolutely so good. Then you have The Host. I've seen The Host before as well. The Host is such a tense monster movie. It's so good. It's so gripping. It's so brutal. It's so heartbreaking. It's really, really, really good. I can't deny to you. Also, Memories for Murder is very dark, but it's also very beautifully dark, if that makes sense. It's so good. You have Mother. Mother was the last one. I watched these all out of order, but Mother is the latest one I watched. Is the last one I watched in this box set. It was really good. It's basically about a mother trying to prove that her son is innocent from a crime that was committed. Like a schoolgirl was murdered. It's really good. There's a lot of brilliantly tense moments. It's just a great mystery film. So Mother's a great mystery film. Host is a great monster movie film. Memories of a Murder is a great thriller. Barking Dogs Never Bite is a great comedy. Like, they're all fantastic. So then you get the two 2010 movies that he's done, which is Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer was the first film I actually watched out of this box set. Like, I've obviously seen other films out of this box set before, but the first one I watched in the stream was Snowpiercer. I just fancied watching it, so I just put it on. Snowpiercer was so good. Like, I think it was, for his most Americanized film in this, like, quite mainstream film, like that would be for like the world war, such an accessible film. It was so good. Like, it was the tension. It was so good. Like, the setting, the messages that were being said. Oh, it was brilliant. I like that obviously all the deeper meanings that I've mentioned in a lot of these films as well are so good. I just think there's so much metaphorical stuff going on. And then also, actually no, sorry, Mother was not. I rewatched Parasite last night, but I watched the black and white edition of it, and I love Parasite. It is definitely probably my favourite Bong Joon-ho film. It's very closely tied with Host, but it was so good. It's funny, it's dark, it's shot beautifully, and in black and white it just looks so good. Some films you worry about it being shot like not for black and white, but at the same time it was shot beautifully, and the black and white really suited it. After watching the black and white version, I wanted to sit back and rewatch the coloured edition, but obviously it was like 3 in the morning, so I decided to go to bed. But I'm definitely probably going to end up rewatching the coloured edition in 4K, because I have the 4K steelbook, but I'm definitely going to sit and rewatch that. But yeah, fantastic box set. If you are a fan of Korean cinema, Asian cinema, or just Parasite in general, for the love of God, pick up this set, because it's really hard to find Mother. That was the main reason I picked up this, is because trying to find Mother on Blu-ray is really hard. So picking up this set, if you don't want to get the 2-pack like this, I bought this before this set got announced. So yeah, but overall, if you're a big fan, I highly recommend this set. Absolutely adored this set. Last two films here. This one, stepping away from all the serious stuff, it's a more comedy kids film, one of my favourite films of all time. I was really drunk and I really fancied watching it, and that is Small Soldiers. I adore this film. It's up there with one of my favourite kids films of all time. Well, it's not even kids, it's rated 12. Well, one of my childhood favourites, like with the Transformers animated movie, Toy Story and stuff like that. Stuff that I watched when I was really young and that I just still really love. And this film is so good. The CGI, very dated, very poorly dated, unfortunately, but the voice acting is great. It's funny. It's just everything about this is great. Like, it's like Toy Story but gone wrong, you know, like, because obviously they have military chips in them because they wanted to push these toys, but at the same time, absolutely love Toy Soldiers. I was so happy when I found this on Blu-ray. I remember it was like brand new released as well. I was like, yonk, because this was a must add to the collection for me. Love Small Soldiers. Absolutely adore this film. And then finally, this film isn't mine, this is my housemate's, but we sat down and watched this, and this is Dogtooth. This is by the director who did The Favourite, The Lobster, Killing of a Sacred Deer. And yeah, basically it's about these 3 kids that are clearly being abused by their parents. They're not allowed to leave the house, and basically the parents dictate everything that happens around them and what they believe. And yeah, literally, it's fucked up. Like, brilliant, dark, and discursive. I can't even say that word there. But it's sort of funny in some place. It is, some things are a little bit funny. Not much though. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you don't like, yeah, this is a bit of a dark one. I'm not gonna lie. Do your research before you go into this, because there are some brutal moments. There are some very unsettling themes in this. So please, if you want to go out of your way to watch this film, make sure you do your research, because there's a lot of the sex in this film. There's a bit of it. There's actually a fair bit of sex in this, and because of the film the actual actors were having sex during this, and some of those scenes are very uncomfortable. Sorry, I'll tell a lie. All of those scenes are very uncomfortable. So, yeah. Overall, it was alright, to be fair. It was, for what it is, it was alright. It's nothing that I really want to go out my way to watch. I want to watch more of his films. Like, I want to watch Killing of a Sacred Deer, and I want to watch The Favourite, because apparently those two are much better. But yeah, this was a film. It's not the worst film I've ever seen. It's not the most shocking film I've ever seen. It was just a film. So it was good to see. It was good to experience it, if that makes sense. But yeah, that are all the Blu-rays that I've watched this month, guys. Thank you for watching. The Q&A video will be out in the first week of June. I had a problem editing it and it really annoyed me, so I pushed it back to then. Yeah, sorry it's taken so long. Hopefully you enjoy that video, answer your questions and stuff like that. But yeah, what did you pick up this month? Let me know. I'd like to know what you've got. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, guys. Hope you have a good day. Go watch some films and yeah, bye. Have a good one.